What's going on, everybody? Hope you are doing well. We're going to cover some things going on in the market. We're just going to let some people get on here. Give me 1 second.
Money.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Yep, I totally had to do that little intro there. Kind of got that idea from Big Ched's live streams. I think it's a great way to open up and let people get tuned into the stream before we get started. So, had to do that real quick. All right, so we do have some more people tuning in. If you guys did like that intro and you want me to start doing that all the time, just smash the like button. Let me know. All right, so we're going to get into Bitcoin. We're going to start with Bitcoin right now. Dark Chest 92. No more water. I'll take something stronger for this dump too. Yeah, so I'm drinking Stella. This morning was, I think it was water. Seltzer water. Yeah, I wasn't going to drink at 10 in the morning. But, yeah, guys. Crack open the vodka, the tequila, whatever. Maybe you want it. But, I mean, the good news right now is we have not seen significant follow-through on this dump. However, the odds are extremely high that we are going to see it happen. I'm going to start off with Bitcoin. And one thing that I want to take your eyes to is the EMA 12 right there. It looks like we're going to get a nice rejection off this level, and we've seen it before. We've seen it multiple times. This is on the daily chart, guys, on Bitcoin. That's pretty much it. So we're going to zoom in. We're going to go back and recap a little bit on what we talked about earlier. We're going to zoom in on the hourly here. Oops. Now, remember earlier in this morning's live stream, I was talking about the break of this rising wedge. We didn't see initial bear follow-through. We didn't see any bulls coming into the game here as we got stuck in this little bit of range. Remember, I talked about how low the volume was, and I said that I think we are going to be seeing a break from this pretty shortly. Well, we got the break. We got the break down. And then we had a nice little bull trap, and then a huge candle sell-off right here. So now we're just getting a little bit of a relief. We'll see how far this goes. If it goes far at all, I am not sure. You know, we might come up and just hit these EMA bands and then come right down. We're going to watch. But I just want to go over a couple things. I want to go over Litecoin. I want to go over the $80, $90 range that I've been talking about for a while. Give you some visuals on that and actually dive in a little bit deeper. So let's go to the LTC chart, LTC USD chart. And we are going to zoom out to the weekly. This is what we are looking at on the LTC USD weekly chart, guys. So as I showed you in this morning's live stream, we're looking at the monthly chart here for this bull flag setup, which, you know, on the monthly, that is the last thing that's gonna give us the opportunity to hold the bull market, and that's what I've been talking about. Remember I said how if we lost $100, we fall down to $80, and then we start trading there, it's not gonna look too good. See, we're on the weekly chart right now. If I go out to the monthly chart, you're gonna be drawing your channel much tighter. Actually, that was kind of bad. Let me straighten that up a little bit. All right, you'll be drawing your monthly channel. Oops. Like that, okay? So we're on the monthly, we're already at the bottom trend line, right? There's still time for us to dip below this and come back up. We're gonna go back into the weekly. See, if we can, there's two ways that this could play out. We got how many hours till the monthly closes? 20 hours, 23 minutes. If it happens tonight, I would like to see a nice straight up V bottom. Otherwise, we're probably just going to move a little bit sideways, playing with that $100 level, and then on the close of the month, we could see a drop down on the weekly here, which would end up turning into a nice wick on the following month. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel like that's the second or third time I did that. All right, we're gonna go back and I will cover this again. I'm gonna go all the way back to Bitcoin. All right, let's go back to Bitcoin and redo all of that. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right. We're going back to Bitcoin. So, right here, I was talking about the EMA 12. These are all the rejection points on the EMA 12 that I was talking about. And we are currently rejecting off the EMA 12 on the daily for Bitcoin. Okay? Now, going to the LTC USD chart. We're going to zoom out to the weekly here. This is what we currently look like on the weekly. So you guys just heard everything I said about the weekly, and then I was showing you the monthly chart. So let's go back to the monthly chart. And this is how I drew the monthly. So that's how I drew the monthly bull flag. And we're currently testing the bottom trend line right now. We got 20 hours, 20 minutes left. We could easily dip below this and come back up for the monthly close and be fine. Or we can just hold this level throughout the next day and then come down. So there's two possible plays there. Whether it happens tonight or the open the new month, I will tell you one thing, zooming in on Litecoin right now, it is not looking good because of the constant rejection off of 111, 113. Got it here, got it here, got it here. Huge rejection wick here, here, and here. And then losing that trend line. And we are still in a bear market on the weekly, guys. So I say at minimum, we're going to be coming back down and testing this $100 level. And I do still think we're going to see $90 to $80. And I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. Let's go to the daily and let's talk about these support levels. So if you're drawing it on the weekly, this flag, we have well established support here at $80. You can see it here off this previous high. You can see that we moved a little sideways here, and then this is where we really took off. So that's going to be our next major support level is going to be $80. And you could really draw a box here. That's why I say $80 to $90 is going to be our range, because this is where we range. Now, it wasn't for a long time, so it's not like there is a ton of support here. I think the $100 psychological level was a little more significant, but I certainly do believe we'll be coming down to $80 to $90 with a high probability. Looking at that weekly chart here on Litecoin with this flag. So that's pretty much where I'm at. And right now, zooming in, looking at the breakdown. Looking at the breakdown on the lower time frame, just looking at the 4-hour, we got 18 minutes left on this 4-hour candle. It is trying to hold this 105 support on the bottom of the range. If we close below it, I think we'll just see a flush. If we hold it, we could see a little bit of a relief rally. I mean, not really. I mean, what are we gonna be talking about? Like 2%? Like, it's not even really worth it. So that's pretty much where we're at, guys. The breakdown of this level, and earlier in this morning's live stream, just to recap on all of that, because we were talking about the rising wedge here. So we had this rising wedge, we had this break. We didn't see a lot of bear follow through. We didn't see any bull follow through. We just moved sideways, and looking at the volume down here, we had very little bit of it. And then I remember saying we were going to see a break from this soon. Shortly after that, we had this candle down. Okay. Then we had a little fake out. A nice wick right here, following the fake out, huge sell-off candle. And that's your indication right there. With increasing selling volume, now looking for a little bounce and then more downside. I think Bitcoin's going to be coming back down to at least 33,000, if not $30,000. And we'll talk about that, and I will answer some questions. But I did want to apologize to everybody for you guys not seeing the screen in the beginning. So any questions, throw them, and we will get going. I need to do something about the screen issue, because I make that mistake a lot, and it's because I don't have enough monitors to see what I'm doing. I have multiple tabs on this laptop that I'm doing this on, and I actually have a TV screen over here for the chart. So okay. Yeah, so the Litecoin podcast said it seems like it depends on what the stock market does. Do you ever check the stock market indexes? I do. And let's look at Dow Jones right now. So when the market opens, whether or not we see higher is to be determined. We do have resistance here at this level. So we will find out. And come Monday morning, tomorrow morning, I think that's when we will see our reaction. And a little constructive criticism. Mouse. Yes. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll get a mouse mat. All right. Let me just get through some of these questions. Hold on, everybody. Okay. Alexander, sup bro, what's your confirmation for a bullish reversal on the LTC BTC pair? Okay, so I did highlight LTC BTC earlier today. We lost this range. The last support level for LTC BTC is at 28.29, which is not much lower than where it is right now. It is only 0.95%. And below that, guys, it's a little bit of a ways down. Now, like I said in this morning stream, for anybody that caught this morning stream, we do not have to come down if we lose this level. We do not have to come down here just because there's no well-established support. Actually, there's no support at all up here. It still does not mean it has to come down another 27%. If you zoom out, we can look at previous examples of this. Like, for example, this level right here, from this point right here, it broke down and fell 14%. It did not come down and test the bottom trend line. So it doesn't have to do that. We could just get another 14% and come halfway. However, worst case scenario, we could certainly see a 30% drop if we lose that support level. And then if Bitcoin were to come down to 30,000, that's how you get that 50% drop on Litecoin. That's how you would get the worst case scenario of like 50 something dollars on Litecoin, which I still don't think is going to happen. And I'll talk a little bit about that since I brought that up. So these are the two support boxes on the LTC USD chart. Ranging from it's $80 to $90, where I have my bids laddered. If we were to lose that level, then we'd be looking at $65 to $50, this region right here. Now, ideally, as I said, I would like to see Litecoin come down, bounce off this level, get back above $100, and then set a higher low. If we do break down and hit like $80 and we come up and we hit $100 and we reject and come down from that level, I'm going to start scaling out of my position, because if we find $100 as a significant level of resistance, I mean, look at it, guys. I mean, it will be pretty hard to get back above if we were to trade below $100 for any period of time. That's why I want it to be a V bottom and come right back up. If we come under here, we hit this, we reject, we start trading under here, and then we come back down, I'm going to start scaling out of my position, because at that point, it'll be much more likely that we just set a new lower low to $50 to $65. Again, I don't think that will happen right now. The moment that I would tell you is if we start rejecting off $100. And obviously a lot of what Bitcoin is doing will come into play on that. Okay. Now, talking about bullish reversal to answer his question on the LTC BTC pair. Oops. Okay. So nothing right now about the LTC BTC chart is bullish at all, except for its multi-year pattern, but it's not bullish because it hasn't broken yet. Once the pattern breaks and it breaks up with volume and momentum, then we can say, okay, we got a clear bull signal. But right now, there's nothing bullish about the LTC BTC chart, and it's been constantly rejecting, losing support, and you know, for any signal of a reversal would be pretty tough, guys. I mean, a reversal right now, we would have to reclaim this. So this now resistance level, and you're going into that resistance level right where the upper trend line is. So literally everything is going against the LTC BTC chart right now. I do think we'll probably, hopefully, just move sideways, form a low time frame reversal signal, and then try to make a break out of this. That would be the best case scenario. Otherwise, we are going to drop down, and then we'll be looking for some sort of bottom signal, whether it's like a double bottom, and then we set a higher low, and then we break out of it. Or if the worst case scenario were to happen and we drop down, we're probably just going to tighten up inside this, the apex of this pattern over the course of the next couple months, and then break out of it. So that's a few different ways that can play out. But right now, that resistance right there, that is 106 days that this support level held, and we lost it. So yeah. Well, now, if we can move sideways, guys, that would be great. That would probably be the best thing that we could do. If we could move sideways and hold this bottom level, this bottom of this wick, that would probably be the best thing for the LTC BTC chart. And I would just love to see like a low time frame reversal. Like, let's just move into the 4 hour, for example. You know, I mean, there's so many different patterns that we could form, but just if we could just come down, get back into this range, you know, maybe we can work our way up kind of like that. And just kind of form a larger channel. I mean, there's so many different ways that this could play out. Really, I'm not looking for patterns on LTC BTC on the low time frame. I'm looking at support and resistance levels. I'm using horizontal levels. They're very significant. LTC BTC seems to be reacting off them very well. And that is what gives me the clearest picture. So yeah. And yes, TAF69 said to get a mouse pad. I'm going to get a mouse pad. Throw me a bunch of likes and subscribe, please. And hit the notification bell so you can catch all the future live streams. And I will get a mouse pad so that way the next live stream is not as bad. Do you do Elliott Wave? 888 Velvet thinks we're getting into Wave 5 and the bull market will probably end at end of year. Thanks for answering. So I do know some about Elliott Wave. I'm decent with Elliott Wave. I'm not really that good at it. And I actually do not use it frequently anymore unless I see a really clear like wave structure. Then I might use it, but you guys probably know I never post analysis with it. I think it honestly, my problem with Elliott Wave is Elliott Wave for most people makes trading so complicated you forget to really focus on the price action that's right in front of you, and you spend more time analyzing than doing anything else. And you know, some people love it. I think it's kind of a waste of time. I don't think it's necessary. But I have played with it for a solid year or two back in like 2018. So asking me if we're getting into Wave 5, I mean, like I said, I'm a price action. I primarily do price action now, and I can tell you that I haven't been using Elliott Wave recently, so I'm probably not going to look into that right now. But send me an Elliott Wave chart and I'll look at it. on Twitter if you want. Show me. So yeah, link me or tag me in this way into the post that you're talking about. Could it be that Mimblewimble will save us from super lows? Yeah, guys, I talked about this earlier. Now, I know it's not the activation of Mimblewimble. They're just dropping the code, and that's fine and all. I just think that, yeah, some people agree with me, some people disagree with me, but I'm telling you, it's kind of like a sell the news event. And we're in a strong downtrend. See, that's my thing, is like, the perfect time to drop it would be at confirmation of a market bottom going into an uptrend. Because if any positive short-term impact that Mimblewimble has, we all know it's amazing. It's great long-term. It's going to be fantastic. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like, Mimblewimble doesn't mean anything. I think it's huge game changer. But as far as short-term price action goes, I think it would be great to drop it at confirmation of a bottom, because that way all the good performance that it's going to yield from that news would definitely, put another rocket booster on the LTC BTC chart while we're at a bottom, and that would make Litecoin stand out even more so as far as price action goes, which I think would be fantastic. That's why I said, dropping it at a confirmation of a bottom, or in an uptrend on a pullback. Like I said, it's not going to be active for a couple months or so. So, who knows where we'll be then. I would assume we'll be in a pretty solid uptrend by then, guys. So, pretty much any time at that point would be fine to do it. I just think doing it in a steep, very steep downtrend that we're in right now is probably not the best idea. But again, we're not talking about the activation of Mimblewimble. We're talking about the code today. Anyway. Yeah, any other questions, guys? Because I am going to wrap up soon. I wanted to keep this short, but I wanted to highlight those $80, $90 levels that I'm looking at, and that the odds of that happening are significantly higher now than they were this morning. This morning, I was laying you the options for both potential plays. Remember, I said this morning that if we did break out from the top of this range, I would want to wait for a pullback, enter on the retest of this level, and then that's how I'd long. That never happened. And I said I wasn't sure if that was going to happen, and not to get too excited. So, we got the pullback. Now the odds are heavily favoring the bears again, even more so than they were back here. And it could happen anytime. It could happen tonight after I end the stream. It could happen in the morning. It could happen after the monthly close, and we just try to hold this level just so that monthly candle looks good, because that monthly bull flag is the last thing that makes the LTC USD chart look good on the monthly still. So either way, I just want to see that monthly chart hold. Otherwise, things aren't going to look too good as far as market structure on the high time frame. All right, let's see here. One second, guys. I'm just looking at something. Okay, so Alexander sent me a link to this chart right here from Credible Crypto, taking a look at Bitcoin 3-day chart using Elliott Wave. Like I said, I wasn't an expert with Elliott Wave, but I see we got wave 1, 2. It's a really deep 2. 3, 4, and then that would be the 5th wave. And that just is like a ABC correction, and that's assuming that the C stops here, and I'm pretty sure that would be a truncated correction. Correct me if I'm wrong, if someone else does know Elliott wave more than me. So yeah, I mean, like, if the level were to hold, sure, but there's no reason that the C can't go lower. Yeah, there's nothing saying that the C can't go lower, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, if you're looking for my advice, well, my opinion on this chart, I would say the chart looks good. Sure, this could be the bottom, but I know that that C can definitely go lower. And currently, that's I'm trying to count the waves. So that's like, okay, that's like a 5-3-3, I think. ABC correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it could be a 5-3-5. So there could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There could be a 5th wave on this wave right here. So yeah, I don't know. Ask Credible Crypto if what his opinion is on this C wave. And you know, yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to comment is on Elliott wave, because I'm not a huge Elliott wave trader, and I don't want to just fill everyone's mind with Elliott wave, because it is very complicated, and yeah, I don't think it's going to be helpful for most of you. More of a running flat correction where the C wave doesn't extend beyond wave A. Usually happens in waves 4. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not an Elliott wave expert. That's just what I looked at. I mean, the structure looks fine, but all of the analysis that I give you guys is all based on price action. I'm a price action trader, and price action has served me well over the last few years. I got really comfortable with it, and you know, trading is all about what you're most comfortable with. So like I try to tell everybody when they go out and they learn trading is learn all the basics, trade with the basics. Don't throw 20 indicators on your screen and draw diagonal trend lines all over the place, because you're only just going to make it more complicated for yourself. And most of the data that you need to know is right in front of you. Just know the candles, know uptrends, know downtrends, know how to analyze it, all that good stuff. And a couple people have asked me about doing like more educational videos or something like that, and it's something that I might look into doing. But I'm gonna point you guys all to Big Ched's right now for his book with Trading Wisdom. I think that's the most valuable thing that you could read. Learn all the basics, read the book Trading Wisdom, because there is more psychological. There's more of a psychological component to trading than just knowing how to read a chart. It all comes down to the way you think, how you see this, and how your emotions impact your ability to trade and stay patient and know when you're making a good decision and a bad decision. So he covers that pretty well. So definitely take a look at that. And I kind of covered what I was looking at, guys. Let me look at this chart again and say that I just find it so hard to believe right now that we're going to continue to hold this range and make another shot at breaking 111, 113. I just don't think it's going to happen, guys. I mean, actually, you can draw that out to the base of that wick here on the 4-hour. I think we're just gonna go straight down, and looking at the higher time frame on the weekly. On the weekly chart, turn log view on. 6 days, 12. I'm sorry, monthly, 19 hours 55 minutes, guys, and we just really want to see the monthly close holding that, right? We want to see the monthly close holding this, you know, which is literally $101. Actually, I would like to see it hold like 103, 104, something like that at the bottom of this. Honestly, actually, no, not even. I'm sorry. No, it just needs to hold where it is right now by the close. So in 19 hours, 54 minutes, we need to be where we are, you know, right now. And that would be ideal. Could we break down tonight, bounce back up tomorrow? Yes, that would be great. Otherwise, I would like to see us hold 105 for the close. That's all that really matters. After that, on the next candle, if it wants to come down and tag $80, whatever, doesn't matter. Plenty of time. We got a whole month to turn that into a wick and come back up. So that's really what I'm looking at. I mean, this is all about just holding that structure on the monthly chart. Holding this structure on the monthly chart is going to give us the best chance at a really nice springtime, guys, and summer for Litecoin. So that's what I would like to see. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great one. I am going to head out here in a second. If you did love if you loved the live stream, and I'm sorry about the intro with you guys not seeing the screen, please forgive me and hit the like button and subscribe. It helps a lot, and I am, you know, this is my first time doing 2 live streams in one day, but I wanted to do it because I think it's important to cover, you know, what's going on as we're starting to break down here. And yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Any final questions? If not, we'll get ready to head out. And I'm happy you guys like the music. I'll play that again.
Money.
Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe. Protect your money, okay? Be careful. See you later.